Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. This is episode 320. And, for the the past few episodes, I've been spoiled with the customer wrap penny rolls. And and I decided today to do my least favorite penny roll, which is the original bank wrapped. All right, this is the original, the OG, and there's a very good chance there's no copper in here. I'll talk while I open it up. There's a very good chance there's no copper in here. There's a very good chance there's no errors in here. And, well, you could say the same thing, I guess, about the customer wrap penny rolls. But I think that the likelihood is higher, though, on the customer wrap penny rolls. These are a pain in the butt to open, as you can see. Look, the whole process is really. Oh, look, we might have if one of these is copper, that'll be very surprising. Look, the whole thing is just messy. I got a couple boxes of them, and really, it's the spicing. It's the spicing. Is that a word? It's the spicing, not spicing. Spicing up the channel and do something different here and there. No, it's not. It's not. Of course, it's not, because. Let me get. Where's my my loop? But with that said, some people are going to pick these penny rolls up. Oh boy, I'm not even going to look at that. See what's there. I don't even know what the date is on this. Doesn't even matter. So disgusting. Some people are going to pick these rolls up, and this is the process. I mean, of course, you could be using a. Now, you really do need a penny mat with these, because you're going to find a lot more of the newer pennies, and you want to make sure you check for the wide AMs, the close AMs, the double ears. And the 94 is one of those that has doubling on the reverse. Now, the penny mat, this is what confused me initially. And honestly, even some of the information that came down from other people was also confusing. And that's not anyone specifically's fault. This whole process of understanding errors is confusing. So on penny mats, right? On penny mats, it tells, right, these are some of the errors on a penny mat. They're talking about true double dice. They're not talking about notching or spreading. They're not talking about that on penny mats. Just so you know, they're talking about true double dice. And a true double die is when you see two whole images of the same image. So, for example, let me get out my pointer. You would see two states, two S's, there would be two of them, and there would be some distance between them, whatever that is. I mean, they could be slightly off. When I say distance, I don't mean what I do mean is that you don't have to go in a true double die. You don't need a microscope to see. Let's just put it like that. And anyone who wants to challenge that, you can go to NGC, and they talk about grading and what they consider to be true double dies, and that's the definition I'm using. If you want to use a different definition, that's up to you. But on the penny, and the reason why I use that definition is because we got a 2023. I've been using penny mats since I started this show. And what I realized as time went by, I was like, I have to look at this under the loop. It's too small. Is that I was like, how come I'm over here looking for little notches? There's no extra V. I'm looking for little notches and all the things like that they talk about, for example, on copper coins. And but then when I would go looking on eBay for those coins, for those years, it showed crazy expensive coins, and that's what he's talking about. That's what Rob Fine's Treasure is talking about. Rob Fine's Treasure, when he's talking about double dies, he's talking about true double dies. He's not talking about notching, and he's not talking about that. I'm not saying he's unaware of that. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to look for double die variations. I'm saying that on his penny mat, he's identifying true double dies. That's a beauty. That's all I'm saying. And I think when we first start doing this, I know I was, and I know a lot of other people are because I read the comments. This is one of the few. I don't know how many pennies have a P on it, to be honest with you. And someone left me a message saying, "Oh, I wish they would put the P's on pennies." And I informed them. I said, "Oh, the 2017, I think, is the only penny that has a P on it that I'm aware of. If you know another one, you can leave it in the comments below. Oh, this other year has a P on it also." So we get so excited when we first start doing this. We want to find double dies, and then we go on websites like Copper Coins, which, by the way, is a great website. Konica, Copper Coins, and we start seeing these these little tiny things, and we're like, oh, double die, and that's not what on the penny mat specifically I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything else right now, so don't get confused. On the penny mats, they're talking about true double dies, the ones where you see here. Just to give you, in case you don't know, I mean, most of you know this, so I know this is going to be like, I'm just going to go to eBay and I'm going to type in the 1955 double die Lincoln set, right? And I'm going to go to highest first because those are the ones. And there you go. Yeah, $40,000. Okay, there you go. This is what a true double die looks like. Okay. So on Rob Fine's Treasures, his penny mat, where he has 1955, PDD obverse. This is what he's talking about. Okay, he's not talking about a little notch, spread it. No, he's talking about this. He's talking about a true double die. Okay, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that initially. I had thought that the double dies on websites like Copper Coins, that's what he was talking about. Here we're looking for the white AM, no white AM. I thought that he was talking about like what on Copper Coins they show for double dice, and that's not what Rob Fine's Treasure is talking about. 92. Now that's me. Well, that's not just me. That's NGC, right? If you go to NGC, they give you the definition of true double dice. So here we're looking for the wide AM. No. Excuse me. We're looking for the close AM. I was about to say the close AM on the 92, and you could tell from this distance it's not a close AM. So these are the things. And most of the people who, oh, we got an 82. It's a zinc. I could feel it. It's a zinc. 82 zinc small date. Very nice. It looks like copper, right? But you have to weigh it. But I already know this is zinc. I could tell by looking at it. That'll go into the collection. So most people on this channel are new, and a lot of the people who I learned from, excuse me, like my members, for example, they've been doing this for some of them many, 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 many years. One of our members is Otis. He's an older gentleman. He never told me exactly. He'll probably let me know in the comments below this video how long he's been coin roll hunting. I'm going to make a guess, Otis. I'm going to say you've been penny roll hunting or coin roll hunting for 30 years, which is probably, longer than some of my members been alive. And the difference between someone who's been coin roll hunting for 30 years and someone who's been coin roll hunting for a year is astronomical. Now I've come a long way in the past year because I do it so often. We're looking for the close AM. No close AM. I'm going to assume that the average person's not doing that, So I probably moved a little quicker than others. Plus I work from home, so I have, different almost looks like two Y's, right? Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna look at that under the loop right now. No, it's a T. I mean, obviously it's a T, but for some reason it looked a little. There's some dirt on it. I think making it look a little weird. So when people who are very experienced talk, they they talk the way experienced people talk. It's not that they're trying to confuse me or you or anybody like that. But through certain ways of, like, through comments, and how much information are you getting from comments, from what's that called, blogs, other those types of formats where you're typing something. Very not much, you know what I mean? You're getting one question answered, and half the time you don't even understand the answer to your question because it's above your head. What I had to do a lot of the times was take their answers and then research their answer to understand what they're talking about, and you might find yourself in the same situation. You might not. I'm not sure. I still find myself in that situation. But one of the things you want to make sure, not make sure, one of the things I like to help people with on this channel is to talk at the level of the beginner. Now, people with a lot of experience, you know how many what percentage of the people who watch this show have a lot of experience? Maybe 1/10,000th of a percent. 1 out of 10,000, 1 out of 100 have I have been doing this for 10, 20 years. Very, very few people. 99.9% of the people who are watching this right now are not experts. They're not even you're not even amateurs, right? So I hope to talk to my general audience about penny roll hunting, which is, you can extrapolate that to other coins also, because a lot of the errors are interchangeable, right? A double die is a double die regardless of what coin you're looking at. Even what country's coin you're looking at, doesn't matter. But if you're on a website like Copper Coins, and then you're looking at Rob Finds Treasures penny mat, they're not talking about the same thing. You understand that? And that's what I'm trying to tell. And then you get somebody else who you ask, and he's talking about a third thing. Right? So that's where the confusion comes in. Everyone's talking at different levels than what you're at, than what 99, especially what 99% of my viewers are at. And that is what I hope to help people with on this channel, is to talk, to instruct at a level that most people. So if you look at some of the comments, a lot of times I get comments from people who are really, really intelligent, right? Because maybe everyone else is afraid to say something. Don't be afraid to share in the comment. That's how you're going to learn. You understand? It's okay not to know. Of course, be respectful. You know what I mean? Don't be mean and all that stuff. There's no need for that. That's childish. but but leave your comments below. Talk, ask questions. People who want to say, "Oh, you're looking at this, you're looking at that," which is great. I appreciate that. I appreciate that also. People who do know. But the people who are leaving comments who understand what I'm talking about. Already what I'm talking about, right? You're part of the few. It's all the other people. How are you going to get all the other people? 88. We're looking for the flare G. I have to look at it I can't see it through the camera. Sometimes I can. It's not a flare G. On the flare G, we're looking for the little line on the serif on the bottom. And I think it's important, I think it's because the longer it's even worse. Being confused is even worse than learning nothing at all. Because if you're no, not being confused, you don't even know you're confused, right? For example, I mean, let me tell you, I've been confused and learned the wrong information because of my own reasons. For example, the flare G is a great thing, right? So someone left a message months ago. Oh, that's a really nice 88 FG. And they said something about it, right? Oh, it's a wide. That's a nice 88 wide AM flare FG, something like that. They said, and I was like, oh, there's a wide A. So I was like, oh, there's a wide AM on the 88. So I went looking, and that's not what they meant. They meant something other than that, right? But that's how I took it, because I thought I knew what they were talking about, but that's not what they were talking about. So then I had to research, and I said, oh, there's no. Then I realized there's no wide AM on the 88 or nothing. Anyway, that's not what the 1988 penny is known for. Let's just put it like that. And then I said, oh, the 88 something else. And someone's like, no, it's a. Oh no! Then they were like, no, it's the 89 flared. Here's the 89. That's funny, right? So check it out. And then like, no, it's the 89 flare G that you're looking for. So I was like, oh my god, I thought it was the 88. I'm looking for the 89 flare G. Then they were like, no, it's the 89 flare G that's on the 8. You see how confusing this stuff gets? No, it's the 89 flare G on the 1988. Now think about that. So this is the 89, right? This is just coincidence that the 89 came up right now. And on the 89, on the bottom of the G, right, there's a serif. I don't want to get too close because I'm gonna lose resolution. There's a serif on the bottom that the 88 does not have, right? Now check this out. Right, so what you're looking for is the 1988 that has the 1989 G. And people call it the 1988, right? Well, how can 1988? So even when they grade it, they call it the 1988 Flare G, but it's not an 88; it's an 89 because an element on a 1989 can't be on an 88. That that's it's the 88 that they put on the 89 reverse. But people don't talk about that. It's almost like common sense went out the window. How could a future an element from a future year, that would be like me saying, now think about it. Oh, this is a 1990 element. The reverse is from 1990. No, it would be the front that's from 1989 on the 1990. You can't have an element from the future just because it says 89. That doesn't mean it's an 89. If it's on the reverse is from the future, that would make this whatever the reverse is. Anyway, my point is this. This is how complicated this stuff gets. Got bag marks. So, and even my member, even he had to acknowledge, oh, you're right. I don't know about that. I don't know if he said he never thought of it that way, but obviously you can't have future elements in the past, right? Because that means you have a time machine or something like that. And that's anyway. So here, I hope my videos to be entertaining. That's number one, right? And the other thing is, oh, look at that reverse. Look how shiny it is. I guess they're both shiny. It's for the videos to be entertaining, but also to help clear up the air, man. I get comments every day, and yes, some of them are very intelligent. You can tell the person knows what they're talking about, and the other ones is the person who doesn't. Oh yeah, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. 1985. But that they're learning. They don't. I can tell they're not very knowledgeable as far as errors go by how they're speaking, and that's fine. You want to do that. This is a process. It's going to take you years and years and years. As a beginner, I'm saying, as someone who started to learn about penny roll hunting, and the great thing about penny roll hunting is it's so cheap. This whole video is going to be done on 50 cents of pennies. We're still not done. Look at all these pennies we got. Still not done. 24 minutes. And I dived right into this one. So today was a little bit of a rant. Really to talk to my masses, to talk to, oh, what's that? You saw it? I moved it. Look, it was dirt. Look, it's dirt. I thought maybe it was a die clash or something. I was hoping it was a die clash. And to let all of you know that this channel is here for you. Go get a penny roll. Listen to me while you're coin roll hunting. Have your penny mat available while you're searching through it. And compare the things that I'm saying to the things that you're learning. There's a good chance you're going to learn something that I don't know. 94, we're looking for it. And again, on the penny mat, when it says doubling on the reverse, they're talking about doubling. Use the tools, the websites. Copper Coins is a great website to use to look for those um, double die variations, the ones that they're not talking about on the mats, right? To look for the notching, to look for he has pictures of it's called maker's marks, the little lines, and you could look for all these things. And to me, those are, oh yeah, it has a die clash. See the line here and here? Turn it upside down, see what we see. It's a weird one, a little different. I don't look how it comes into this other bay over here. What's that? Is that the FG? That's weird too. Let me look at that. Oh wow, look how strong that G is. Let me go zoom in on that. That's really weird. I have to look at that under the loop. What an odd G. That is odd. Let me tell you something. That is something with I'm thinking it's the strike. What year is this? 84. I feel like I need to find another 84, but anyway, you can only look how strong that G is. That's so odd. I'll put it to the side. Let's see if we find another 84. Compare it to. So one of the reasons why I did so much talking today, first of all, I do talk a lot during the videos, but these penny rolls, the bank penny rolls, I really don't like them, to be honest with you. Um, the chance of finding even one copper penny is rare. As you can see, we didn't find any today, but a lot of people might do these penny rolls if that's all that's available at the bank. If they say, "Oh, we don't have any customer," maybe they only have. I mean, most banks are going to have one customer roll, but then you can only do one, right? What year is this? 83. See, even on the 83, you can see the FG is so clear. They'll have one, but if you do one, you could do one in 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half hour, unless you use a microscope, then it's going to take a little longer. But typically, you're going to go through much quicker zinc rolls like this from the bank than you will customer rolls that might have copper in them. Look at the impression the dye made when it hit the soft zinc scent. Zinc pennies are worth half a penny, less than half of a penny, less than half of a cent. Excuse me. A zinc penny is worth less than half a cent. So it would be correct to call this a half cent. If it said half cent, that would be correct, more correct. But it's not a cent. It's not worth. Two of these is worth almost a cent. Almost. And that's another one of my little peeves is, and that's really, really my the trickery, that the government plays. Right? They give you. I mean, they might as well give you a wooden penny. You know what I mean? Something that's worth zero. But I guess this is the cheapest. I guess the next thing would be aluminum. And I think they did aluminum in. I don't know. Is aluminum worth more? That's a good question. This is another thing I do on this channel is when I have a question, because I've seen other. I think German didn't Germany do that at one point? Aluminum, and when you pick up an aluminum coin, man, you feel like it's really piece of air. But let me see. Aluminum. Value versus zinc. The raw material, yeah. So the raw material is zinc is more expensive than aluminum. Okay, so it's worth less. If that's my assumption, and that's probably why places whose economies went down the toilet started to make their coins out of aluminum or whatever they made. It's so light. I mean, you feel them. They feel like something from like a board game. You know what I mean? So that's my little peeve when it comes to people, the government, right, and putting down certain things it's not true. They did that to fool us. We had a raw material that was worth 3 times the face value, right? And and then they said, "Oh no, we can't have that. That's worth too much money." Then they went to less than half. So these are certain things that I talk about on the channel. Things that kind of get me going. Oh, where's that? Where's that one? I want to put that one to the side. Is that the one? Yeah, I want to put this to the side. It has no value, but it's good to know. This is the FG, right, that we were looking at. Look at that big G. That's crazy. Is this the one that also has the die clash on the reverse? Yeah, it has the die clash too. A very light die clash. So again, I really, I'll do these every once in a while, and I guess I get bored, and I'll really start to spew out some. I'll go off the rails a little bit and start talking about some weird stuff. But that's the channel. At this point, people who are watching this, this is episode, what did I say, 320. So this is scheduled for December 19th. Excuse me, December 9th. And at this point, we've already passed 10,000 subscribers. And that's but the members get to watch the videos the day I schedule them. So for those of you who are not members, you might want to consider joining. $5 a month, $60 a year, and you get to hear all my nonsense. I have to do maybe I'll do one today. I really need to do. I'd like to do at least once a month a members only video. Some months I do more than one. Some months I miss. And that's when I say not when I say members only, I mean that they never get scheduled. The public can never see them. And even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes, it's really, to show my appreciation towards. You know what I have? I think I'm going to do it just for the members. I have. These are I keep the change, my pocket change. Here's my pocket change from months and months of bringing, I have less change nowadays than I did before because just people just I use credit cards so much more now than I did before, so this is months of collecting change. I think I'm going to do this for my members today, while I'm thinking about it. And I can see I haven't had any. We didn't find any copper today. We found no copper. We found 3 measly pennies that were semi-interesting, zero value. Yesterday we found a penny that's worth probably about 30 bucks. No, not 30 bucks, excuse me. $200. The day before that we found a strike through that's worth about 30. But yesterday's we found a very rare error yesterday called a if you didn't watch episode, I think it's not 318, 317, where it had a we found a struck through a strike through like from with crate with teeth on it. It was pretty crazy. I did a research video on it too. Anyway, God bless. Thank you for putting up with my ranting. Um, thank you for subscribing. It's all of you who really made this channel possible. And I'm going to do this video now for my members because you know, they stuck with me through thick and thin when the channel had no subscribers or very few subscribers, and they're still with me, and I appreciate it. And I hope I get some more members. It's kind of cool when we get new people in. You know, they get to ask questions, and it's just a lot of fun. All right, so take care, and I'll see you in episode 321.